Hi friends! So this week we will be continuing our Zentangle pumpkins by adding some color with watercolor paints. So for this project you will need your pumpkins that you drew last week. Make sure that you outline those with a black Sharpie so they really stand out when we paint them. You'll need a water cup and paintbrushes and your watercolor palette. I also like to usually have a paper towel on hand, so if I need to dry my brush, if I get too much water on my brush, I have it handy to use. So I'm going to start with my pumpkins. You can see I already painted my grass. I used some of the green, and I also did some color mixing and used blue and yellow. So our color wheels are helpful to reference this week. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get some orange paint on my brush. If you are using your paints for the first time today, they're going to need to be woken up with some water. I'm going to paint my pumpkin in sections like this, rather than just painting the whole pumpkin at once. That'll allow me to create different shades and values. And every time you get a new color, you'll want to wash your brush really well. And let's see. I'm going to do a little bit of red here. I think I want my red to come over to this section as well. I'm going to grab some yellow. Pumpkins are all different colors, so you can paint your pumpkin whatever color you would like to. Alright, so I'm going to show you a great way to mix colors with watercolors on your paper. So before you add paint, you're just going to want to paint the area with just water at first. And now I'm ready to grab the paint color that I want to use. So I think I'm going to do some more red. So this is called wet on wet. See, I've barely touched my paper, but because it's wet, my paint is bleeding out everywhere I've put that water. And then I'm going to grab some yellow. I've washed my brush because I don't want to mix in my palette. I want to mix on my paper. And now I'm adding the yellow, and it's blending in really nicely with the red paint I already put down. That water just helps the mixing process, the water that you put down first. It's a little bit easier to mix colors when you're using watercolors. Let's see. These to be pretty dark. Remember, that's the back of our pumpkin that we created. So I want them darker. And I'm just going to keep going section by section, filling in my pumpkin, creating some different shades of colors. And when I'm done with my pumpkins, I'm going to move on to the sky. So when you're painting, I want you to paint your entire sheet of paper. So your ground, your sky, and your pumpkins. When you're done painting, you shouldn't be able to see any more of that white paper. That'll make it look complete. So I'm going to stop there.